All right. Gonna jump into game one. Our own All Inspirations Resurge. It's gonna be a diamond versus diamond. And it's gonna be a PVT spawning on Nimbus.
Yeah, PBT, here we go. We got team... hold on one second here. This dog is really getting on my nerves. One sec, sorry.
No worries. Holy shit! There's tons of stuff happening in the first minute of the game. Take your time. Hello, this is Dog. Yes, this is Dog.
Yeah. All right, we're good to go now. I really apologize for that. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be CTL Week 1 between Team Composite and Team All Inspiration. And I'll go ahead and introduce the All Inspiration player first. On the bottom right corner of Nimbus, our blue Protoss, it's Research.
And spawning in the bottom left of Nimbus Ladder Edition from Team Composite, it is Blizzfreak, the Yellow Terran.
And hold on here, the stream is not picking up the StarCraft game for some reason.
It is not.
Okay, there we go. Oh my god, none moves here. Alright, so here we go. The game's on its way. We are finally good to go.
And it doesn't look like anything too suspicious happening, and honestly, we didn't miss much. We just got a nice economic-based opener coming out of Research. Actually, a nice economic-based opener coming out of both players. Yellow Terran opting to be a little bit safe, going to go ahead and wall off. Meanwhile, just as I say that, Research chronoing probes. We're going to have double gas go down right after the gateway. So we're going to see some sort of tech play.
I'm feeling like it's going to be a Stargate. That's just a hunch I have right off the bat here, because I think he's going to drop down that Cyber Core and he's going to move that probe out to hide a Stargate somewhere. We're
going to have to see if your, I guess, Protoss intuition is correct here. We got a little scouting probe coming across. SCV doesn't really know exactly where the other has spawned, so they're just going to go ahead and do a clockwise rotation, both of them. And Research is going to get the lucky scout first. And yeah. I think Blizzfreak is gonna know that the scout came from the right, and he's gonna probably change directions. Possibly, you never know.
Yeah, hopefully. Losing some valuable seconds there. The probe's heading back home. Cybercore is on its way, just about to finish here. So now we're gonna find out what Research has up his sleeve.
And warp gate coming out immediately, but that's not exactly a telltale sign. So far, no proxy locations or any sort of proxy plans yet is evident coming out of Research, and it looks like Research is prepping up to just gear for a second Nexus. Gonna probably go for some two-base play, either that or just something to get out some fast sentries to preserve the photon overcharge for when a real push comes or a drop or something.
Yeah, so something I noticed here, Research, he did get that double gas, but then he only put 2 in each, so he effectively just, getting 1 extra worker mining on gas than you would have expected that early. So I guess maybe there's some sort of timing that goes along with that just makes more sense that I'm not aware of. But I thought it was odd that he got the double gas and then went for an expansion.
Well, what that usually does for a lot of Protoss players is it enables to get more stalkers out quickly if they're going for a gateway aggression, like if they're doing like a 3-gate opener, or like a 2-stalker mothership core. It's easier to get those second those gas units out a little bit easier. Maybe get a few more sentries. It's not really anything like super aggressive, or it's not a telltale sign of any sort of like blatant tech coming out. But we are going to see a 1-gate robo come out into 2 gates, and it's going to be a blink tech. It's going to be some sort of twilight tech. I mean, God, my descriptions are awful.
Well, you know what though? It's not too far off for it to be a blink tech, although he is going Dark Shrine. So
I was gonna say it's gonna be a delayed dark. It's gonna be a delayed Dark Templar assault. I think he got the robo so that he was able to drop DTs, perhaps. And I think that's actually there's there's no other reason to get the robo that early.
Maybe he was just psyching out the Terran player here, but he is getting an engineering bay, so turrets will be an option.
And there goes the Warp Prism. It's going to be a DT drop in the main. That's exactly what this is.
And just because the engineering bay is there doesn't mean that it's not going to do any damage. Blizzfreak has to preemptively sniff this out and get some turrets down, and I don't think he's going that route.
No, there's no reason to at this point. It looks like he's going to gear up for more of a pressure towards the front. You know, the standard 3 racks assault for Terran that they like to do: push against the main, force a photon overcharge, and then back out. But no turrets in the natural, and 2 mules at the natural. This is going to be a DT's heaven here. But the Warp Prism is spotted by the SCV scouting across, and Blizzfreak is going to be more than prepared for that. Automatically, turrets going down in the natural and in the main. He's prepped, except the worker that's going to build the turret is massively delayed. Resurge needs to get this DT out, and it looks like he's going to do just that. If he can deny... Oh my god, here we go. If he can deny that worker building the turret...
Oh, he's not focusing it down.
God, no!
Okay, so he's still going to get some SCV kills with this, and he's going to hopefully be able to get that Warp Prism out of there.
He's going to move that DT out of range, too, and it's going to make for a force and scan later, but he's going to lose the Warp Prism. Not a huge loss. It is only minerals, and the DT did survive, so it wasn't a total loss. The DT in the main getting cleaned up. So I'd say that was a successful harass. I mean, if you look at the workers killed, he got 20 workers killed with that. That is madness.
How did he kill 20 workers with that?
That was absolutely impressive.
There must have been another DT down in the main. Yeah, okay, so he was able to get down there and kill some more.
He sent 2. He sent 1 down to the main and then 1 to the natural. And now all of a sudden the game is just like that. We have 43 probes to 19 SCVs. I mean, this is not good for...
Yeah, I totally didn't see
that.
I didn't see that DT going ham in the main there, so I didn't realize how effective that harass was. So yeah, you're right. Losing that Warp Prism is totally worth it in that case.
Yeah, that Warp Prism, I mean, we're talking 200 minerals. I mean, come on now. That's not even a hair's breadth to what Blizzfreak lost with that assault.
Yeah, now he is trying to catch up here. He does have the mules here, which will allow him to sort of stay in the game. But Resurge doing his best here to pull far ahead, dropping down, getting the double forges going.
He's gonna do an attack. He's gonna do a double drop attack on the natural. But will Resurge be able to defend this in time? We have 2 DTs coming. He's going to force a scan out, but they immediately turn into an Archon. Great call, and was able to soak up most of the damage from the bio until the main forces were able to get there in time. Losing, I think, only 4 workers, excuse me. Losing 4 probes to that assault. I would say that was a pretty good defense.
Oh yeah, totally. Not to mention that the upgrades are on their way. They're going to be finished here in just a second. So we'll see how quickly he jumps on that +2/+2 as well to get even further ahead.
Yep. Charge almost done as well. It's going to be some Colossi base play.
Yeah. Now, the only thing here is I'm starting to get a little... Well, I mean, of course, Resurge is ahead right now in this game. Look at that natural here for Blizzfreak. It's only got 6 SCVs mining in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Resurge should try to take a 3rd base soon because of all the upgrades he's getting, plus Colossi, plus charge, and all these gateways. I think he's going to start running out of money soon.
Well, here's the thing. And then this free immortal from Resurge just coming out, going to get picked off by the bio. Resurge knows that the only way that he can possibly lose this game is if a massive assault from the front or a multi-prong assault comes in from Blizzfreak and does equal or greater economic damage. And as long as he stays on even bases at this point, he's going to be ahead. Now, he needs to take that 3rd, you're absolutely right, but he needs to get the army up in order to be able to defend against this bio. Because look at the army value right now. I mean, it's way ahead for Blizzfreak. I mean, he can't take a straight-up fight right now. He needs to wait for that Colossus to get out in order for him to effectively be able to take this game.
Yeah, that's definitely right. I didn't realize the size of Blizzfreak's army, actually. So, yeah, if you were to move out to take a 3rd, he could just be handing it right to him.
I really do like this. I really feel like Resurge's macro has slipped. Unless he's going for just a basic 2-base timing, you know, and we went from down 20 workers to down 8 workers. So now it seems like, you know, Blizzfreak is kind of caught up a little bit, and now it's evening out. I mean, we have 50 army supply to 62 in favor of Blizzfreak, and now we have 50 probes to 45 SCVs with what looks to be like a third CC on the way with double mules. I mean, it's looking like it's looking like Resurge may have slipped a little bit and gave Blizzfreak the edge back. But now we have a big army with Colossi coming out and charge lots. I mean, this is not Bio's game. But here we're going to go. He's going to boost the Medivacs right into the natural.
Oh, that was a good
right
play
as
here.
that cannon finishes. Oh, and the Mothership Core going to go ahead and get the... Oh, here we go. Yep.
Yeah,
and,
he's going to get some damage done with this. He may even
he's going to
be able to
snipe
pick
the
that up.
Nexus.
Yeah, Colossi is in position now, though. The rest of Research Army moving in. Oh my god, that is so close. There it goes. It's down. But you know what, though? I think Research can just counterattack here. I think what he was doing was he was waiting for a timing with +2/+2. He was going to drop that third, and then he was going to go attack.
Yeah, but at this point, the income is in Terran's favor. We have 59 army supply to 57. The armies are going to be roughly even in supply, and then here we go. We got a lot of Marauders in this composition. 9 Marauders, 10 Marauders, 13 Marines, 7 Medivacs, to only 1 Immortal, 2 Archons, 1 Colossus, like a handful of Zealots. As long as the kiting is good, I mean, and now we even have 2 Vikings.
Yeah,
Research has to be careful. If I were him, I would back off until my third is established, and take care a little bit of business in that terms, because he needs to be able to do damage and take a good engagement.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the one thing in his favor, though, is the upgrades. He's already halfway through +3/+3, and it looks like Blizzfreak has stopped with the 1/1. So
yeah,
he's happy with 1/1, and we all know how strong a Protoss army on 3/3 can feel like when you're trying to defend.
Nice little cute drop coming in from Blizzfreak into the natural. Going to try and re-deny that expansion. I really like this play. This is really effective, but a huge warp in from Research. Going to go ahead and try and deny that with charge lots. The kiting is going to have to be decent enough to deny this drop, and it looks like that's exactly what happened. Can he pick off the Medivac? Nope.
Oh, no, he needs a couple more Stalkers in that composition, I think, just for the Medivacs.
Agreed.
Oh, he was smart here, though. He did leave his a portion of his army at the third base, taking out 1 Medivac and a second one. Only a couple Marauders were dropped out of there, and Research now has a pretty commanding army supply lead, as well as upgrades, and the composition is great as well.
And he's got an economic lead, 62 probes to 52 SCVs. The third just now landing for Blizzfreak, 69 army supply to 60. Upgrades 3/3 just finishing. Oh my god, this is going to be a scary Protoss army very, very soon. Now the efficiency of the Protoss army with these upgrades is just going to be that much scarier. I mean, on even upgrades, Protoss is scary as hell. But 3/3 Protoss to 1/1 Terran Bio with Colossi. I mean, the Vikings have to do some serious damage, and I don't think, what is that, 5, 6? I don't think that's going to cut it. 5 Vikings with no with no upgrades to the Vikings. I mean, 7 now.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we actually only have 1 Colossi in the main army. A second one just popped out.
Yeah,
but I think
those Archons are going to do nasty damage too, because I mean they do bonus damage to biological units, and those Vikings have a tendency to clump. So 3/3 Archons are just going to be pretty ruthless against Terran Bio. Now, I don't know if Research knows that he.
Yeah, I don't think he has any idea. He may have saw that Widow Mine, but Blizzfreak is setting up a pretty strong defensive position here.
Oh yeah, here we go. And charges activated. Those, oh my god, those Archons are just going to do destruction. Well, it looks like Research is going to pull back for now.
I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as we expected. I'd like to see a pylon somewhere close by for Research to help with the reinforcements.
Yeah, but Storm is done now, and a huge Doom drop.
He is so out of position for this.
Oh,
Blizzfreak loves his drops here. Really taking advantage of the map positioning.
Oh, recall. The Archons are going to take a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter if he can take out this whole army. That recall was so strangely placed. Oh.
I think he's going to be able to hold it off here.
But there's to defend against the Vikings.
No, Colossi going down.
just one Archon trying to do the damage necessary.
Oh, getting a double kill there. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, research. This is pretty close. I feel like, the longer we go, research is obviously going to have that advantage here. But +2 is finally starting to come through here for.
Yeah, but now the worker supply is ahead for Blizzfreak right now. He's up 4 workers with triple mules. And the upgrades are starting to get real here. Now, 2-2 almost done for the Terran player. +1 mech weaponry.
Oh no, he's going to get this Colossi for free. Oh
Ugh!
man, way out of position there. And
Out of
research,
position. Sorry.
that hurts. He needed that guy.
But now he's got Storm. He's transitioned into Storm, which is nice. And as a proper response, the Terran player has transitioned into Ghosts. And I think he's all but ceased complete Colossi production. Taking a 4th and establishing a 4th, this is a good move, especially since Terran is about halfway done with their 4th. This is going to turn into a nice macro game. A double drop going to come ahead, going to try and deny that 4th base as he just now crosses over it.
Oh, that
Oh,
cannon!
hero
That needed
cannon!
one cannon shot. That's all.
Oh,
Man,
remember what I was saying? Terran players, repair your mechanical units.
talk about
That was a
efficiency there.
free medevac. Jeez.
Now there was another drop back in the natural, and he actually picked off the Nexus in the natural once again. So he's being really, really active with his drops here, and it's paying off for him because we have a fairly immobile army for research here. Even though he's got the charge lots, other than that, he's pretty.
I would like to
limited
see
his movement.
I would like to see Blink Stalkers in this composition. I don't know why he didn't opt for Blink Stalkers, especially with Vikings. It's like this bizarre. I think he went for like this strange charge lot. Oh god, here it comes, intercepting all the medevacs, takes out a full medevac. Gonna take out another.
They're not even being controlled right now.
Gonna take out another 2 medevacs. This is good.
Yeah.
And now this is nice. Research is gonna have to force a liftoff from Blizzfreak. I don't think he's gonna get that CC, but denying that mining time is still good. And now the army supply is just unbelievably in favor for Resurge. A whopping 33 army supply ahead for Resurge with better upgrades. I think this is it. If Blitzkrieg defends this, I think he wins. But if he doesn't, Resurge is so ahead.
The storms.
Oh, the storms are real.
That was a perfect couple of storms there. Was that?
Gonna try and do an EMP.
Himself.
Yeah, he EMP'd. Got some EMPs. Took out some of the shields for the Zealots. Didn't get any of the Templar though. But that is a lot of ghosts. That's a super scary amount of ghosts.
Yeah, and he's close.
And he's gonna go. Oh, the snipes!
Wow.
Snipes all the High Templar. Oh.
And he just gets out of there. Doesn't even lose a single ghost. This is so far a very entertaining game here. I do feel this probe right here on the watchtower really needs to drop down a reinforcing pylon because
I don't like where Resurge is going like that. He's retreating with a whopping supply lead. I mean, if he could just do some harassment damage to the Terran's 3rd, I mean, those ghosts are so clumped.
I think he thinks he's way ahead on bases. This is just my opinion on what's going on here, but he's ahead on bases, and generally, I think he thinks he's got a better income. Yeah. Little does he know that Terran has more SCVs than he does. But
well, even at this level, I mean, you got to consider as a Protoss player, on 3 base, you're not going to match the income of Terran. You're just not. On 4 base, you're still probably not, because mules are crazy, and they do. I think like 1 mule equals like 4 to 6 additional workers. The income is just that massive. I think he was waiting for more AoE while he was waiting for some of the additional Templar to sort of get more storms, and waiting for that second Colossi. I mean, I guess I agree with that, but I mean, he already has a ton of High Templar in this composition.
Yeah, well, there's only 1 Viking left in Blizzfreak's composition, so if he were to switch back into some Colossi, it wouldn't be the worst thing. He's got 3 of them right now. I mean, he's pretty much going for all the AoE. He's got Archons, he's got High Templar, he's got Colossi.
True.
It's going to be pretty hard for Blizzfreak to break that army, but the longer that Research sits back, the better chance he's giving Terran to catch back up.
That is so many storms right there. Oh, he's got 8 High Templar in this composition. He's got additional High Templar elsewhere on the map, and it looks like he's got 2 High Templar at the natural. Going to go ahead and post up there and try to defend drops with feedbacks. But now sensor towers being erected from the Terran player. What are these Colossi doing?
They're like clearing out the minefield. It's actually kind of it's being effective right now. They're out of position, but he's able to pull them back just in time. So
I was going to say
it worked out.
a well placed stim can do some damage here. We got this little sneaky DT going to try and do some damage here. Gets a couple kills. I don't know if that was worth it, but
not too much. No, he.
But he's looking like he wants to engage. Big engagement coming right here. Charge lots. Archon's going down. Lots of EMPs from the ghosts. But here come the storms.
Where are those High Templar? They joined the fight way too late.
I think they got EMP'd. They got EMP'd.
Oh, he's morphing them into Archons, though. Now, this is really close. The Colossi are barely hanging on. 1 goes down. 2 go down. The Immortals are there for the...
This is looking so bad for Terran right now. 151 supply to 127. Yes, the reinforcements can come out for the Terran player, but I mean, he's just now got the planetary up. Going to go ahead and mine a little bit of minerals from that 4th. Meanwhile, Resurge establishing a 5th and a 6th base. Going to go ahead and warp in a lot more units. I don't see any warp prism on the map, but that doesn't mean that he's not capable of pulling a lot more units. Those EMPs were so clutch for Blizzfreak.
They were.
I mean, he got all of the High Templar. He got all of the Archons. I mean, that was just filthy.
I think this is going to be it, though. We got 4 Immortals.
Think this is it.
Yeah, those Immortals are going to melt those Marauders, and then everything else is going to melt the Marines. I don't think that Blizzfreak's going to be able to hold this off.
I don't think so either. 174 supply to 135. The upgrades, yes, it's 3-3 to 3-3, but now we have Archons with +2 shield. The Ghosts
kind of missed.
I was gonna say the Ghosts doing or trying to do some work, but I mean we went from I can't even count how many Ghosts that was. I think it was like 13, 14 Ghosts down to 1. They all died in that engagement. I like these Widow Mines doing some work, but I mean at this point we have a nice contain. There's no way. More Ghosts going to try and do some additional work, but we got 6 Colossus. I mean, three High Templar with storms.
There are a couple storms that could go down. Here they go.
Yeah.
SCVs are being pulled as well.
Yep.
And I'm kind of angry there's not a reinforcing pylon here. Like, if it was just right there, he'd be able to bring in so many. He's got so many gateways.
He's got one pylon at the north, but I mean, and I agree. The reinforcing pylon should be there,
but he's gonna win anyway.
He's doing a little nuke push to try and deflect Resurge's army, but Resurge isn't responding.
Oh my god!
If this nuke lands!
No.
The Ghost dies. Okay.
Oh, that was so close.
That was the final assault, and
wow.
There's no GG. Blizzfreak is just going to bail.
Wow, you know what? He was so close to landing that nuke.
That was good.
He must be really upset after this game. Both players had a really good chance to win this game, and I think
they were both being safe. Which, StarCraft tends to favor the aggressor if the aggressor can be wise with their units. But the reality of it is that both players played a little bit too safely. I don't think there was enough drops going on. There wasn't enough upgrades from the bio. There wasn't enough aggressive expansion from the bio either. And you cannot just let a Protoss get to 3-3 and then take more bases. You just can't. Yeah. You have to pull them apart with drops.
How many bases did he have? Like 5 or 6 towards the end of that?
He had 6 at the end.
Yeah, that's just insane. Now, it's not that he wasn't being active with his drops, though. Like, he was doing a great job. That's why I feel
at the beginning of the game. But I mean, when that giant army comes in, you need to send some of your troops over. You can't wait until basically Protoss cuts off all your reinforcements. I mean, with those Ghosts, though, like if he had nukes, he could have. I don't know. I feel like Terran had a lot more options that he could have done. But well played to both players. Resurge, I feel like that was deserved. I feel like he really deserved that win, and congratulations to him for taking that match against Blizzfreak.
It was a great game, that's for sure. Kicking things off with a